Are you sick of dating apps and wondering why all your friends are in relationships and you're not? Or maybe you're just ready to find your forever person? Well, I've been there. And maybe it's time to stop looking for them and instead call them into your life. I'm super excited because in this video, I'm going to show you a technique that me and my friends have used to find our perfect people and how you can too. Hey, it's Steph Dixon, and on this channel, we unpack tools and curiosities for neurotic overthinkers who just want to live happier, more conscious lives so that we can better ourselves and the planet. If you're anything like me, you're just trying to understand this human experience so that you can live wide awake. And a huge part of the human experience is, of course, love. You know, I like to think that we are surrounded by magic, but we've just forgotten how to tap into it. And in this activity we're going to do today, not only is it really fun, but I think it also brings a little bit of magic back into our lives. Maybe you're a little bit skeptical, but you know, if you've tried a lot of different things to bring love into your life and you're still looking, what have you got to lose? We're going to harness the power of mind maps and manifestation to bring your ideal person to you. First, we're going to have a little bit of story time, then we're going to talk about how it works, how to do it, next steps, and then yeah, we're done. Disclaimer. Obviously, I'm not guaranteeing that this exercise is going to bring you the love of your life or that I am an expert in any means at all. I'm just sharing something that's worked for me and a few of my girlfriends, and sure, maybe it's placebo. But I personally believe that by getting crystal clear on exactly what you want, it can help you navigate through the sea of crap, but it also sends a very clear sign to the universe or to God or to whatever it is that you believe in so that they can help to co-create this vision with you. Story time. So I'm 19, I'm living in Melbourne, and I've been unvirgined for about a year now. And after having a decent amount of fun, I found myself feeling confused, lost, and very lonely. I'd literally just thrown myself at this guy. Not even a hot guy, or a clean guy, or a guy that I actually found particularly attractive, just some funny guy that invited me over. And was rejected. I came home feeling pretty mortified. But more than that, I was just like, what the F, Steph? You're so much better than being desperate like this. Maybe you've been there, maybe you haven't, but at the time it was a bruised ego for this lonely soul. Luckily, Mommy Dixon was in town and came over to me crying and feeling very rejected and sorry for myself, but as she always does, whipped out some action-orientated magic to save the day. And I said, sure, I'm game. Let's do anything right now. Anything to get me out of this slump. So she told me to grab a piece of paper and a pen and that we were going to do a manifestation mind map for my perfect man. We did the exercise, which yes, I'm going to be walking you through shortly. And a couple of months later, I started dating this guy who ended up being my first love. And yeah, I got everything that I thought I wanted. Turns out I didn't know shit. But going through that relationship certainly helped me figure out what I didn't want. So that relationship ended, and a lot of learning, a couple of emotional scars later, I went back to my fun single life. After a while, I decided I was ready for a relationship again. So got a new piece of paper and a pen and did the exercise again. And lo and behold, a few months later, a whirlwind romance swept me off my feet, and while I got everything I asked for, I quickly realized I wasn't nearly specific enough. For example, my dad likes pretty much everyone that he meets, but he really didn't like this guy. And it made me realize actually my family getting on with my man and vice versa is super important to me. So back to the drawing board for a third time, but this time I took my time. I thought about what I wanted for my lifetime relationship. I had learned from my past and I got really specific. A couple of months later, I met a tall, blonde drink of water. Fast forward 8 years, we are happily married, and yes, I got everything I wanted. Check out this video where I planned a sustainable wedding at home in a global pandemic in 3 weeks. About a year ago, one of my girlfriends came over, having come out of a very nasty relationship. She was finally open to the idea of meeting someone new. So I said to her, hey, do you want to try this exercise that's literally brought the last 3 men into my life? And she said, yeah, of course, let's do it. A couple of weeks later, she met this guy online during COVID, during a lockdown I might add, and they started chatting. When they finally got to meet in person, they realized actually this was something quite special. Fast forward 8 months later, they're talking babies, marriage, the whole lot, and yeah, I'm gonna say the exercise played a big part in that. Since then, I've been doing it with a lot of friends, both male and female, and so I decided to create this video so that anyone can do it. Let's spread the love. Before we jump into the activity, let's feed the logical mind with a bit of an explanation first. As I said before, we are combining the focus of a mind map with the magic of manifestation. So part 1, mind maps. You've probably already used mind maps, whether in school or university. Mind maps are a collection of ideas in a simple visual form. There's a central idea or topic in the middle of the map, with branches coming off with sub-themes and topics. Mind mapping brings together the left brain associated with words, logic, and numbers, and your right brain associated with color, creativity, and images. There is a ton of research online that shows that mind maps are beneficial for memory, learning, teaching, presenting, planning, helping you think, organizing, remembering, creating ideas, and so the list goes on. Part 2, manifestation. The idea of manifestation, or the power of harnessing our thoughts, has been around for centuries. Maybe you've already heard of one of the many thought leaders who openly share about the power of manifestation, including Deepak Chopra, Eckhart Tolle, Oprah, and Gabrielle Bernstein, just to name a few. It's pretty simple. What you focus on, you attract. And the more specific, concise, and clear we can get on what we want, the better it is. But knowing what we want is only half the battle. We have to take actions to see results. And that starts with our activity today. One more thing to keep in check is our negative biases. When I was doing this exercise with another girlfriend, she said to me she didn't believe that actually anyone could have all of these characteristics that she was looking for. Or you may have that internal dialogue that says, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, and I'm not lovable enough for this person. Boo! Let's move past our limiting beliefs and replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. I am happy. I deserve to be loved. I am worthy. In summary, if you couple the focus of mind maps with the magic of manifestation, you get some pretty powerful shit. How to do it. The manifestation mind map exercise. Now I'm going to guide you through the process. If you want to make it a little extra special, why not light a candle, play some nice music, maybe do a little intentional meditation beforehand, whatever tickles your pickle. Take as much time as you want with this. Feel free to pause the video after each prompt that I give you if that serves you, or if you want to watch the whole thing once and then go back and do the exercise, that might work for you as well. Whenever you're ready, grab a blank piece of paper, preferably A4 size, but any size will really do, and a pen. In the middle of the piece of paper, you're going to write my ideal man or woman or perfect person or dream person, whatever words speak to you, and you're going to put a circle around it. If you are already overwhelming with ideas and you know exactly what you're looking for, go for gold. And just keep in mind that sometimes the shorter the line, the closer it is to the bubble means the more important it is to you. Of course, everything on this piece of paper is important, but maybe there is a priority scale for you. Otherwise, I'm going to guide you through with little prompts to think about. First, think about their characteristics or personality. What attributes are you looking for? Are they driven, successful, whole, happy, fun, adventurous, creative, funny, curious, likable, sexy, weird, freaky, geeky, loving, wild, cheeky, smart? All of the above? Any of the above. Write down what stands out for you. What do they love to do? What's important to you that you guys have in common? Is it gaming, traveling, snoogling in bed, sports, camping, luxurious travel, adventure, lifelong learning? This is where you write down what you want to have in common. Secondly, how do they make you feel? Is it important that they make you smile, or that they make you laugh, or that they make you feel safe or secure? Do you want to feel loved, excited, challenged, invigorated, warm, alive? How else do you want to feel around them? On mine, for example, I wrote feels like home. And funny story, I'd actually completely forgotten what I'd written on my list. And about 5 years into our 8-year relationship, I remember lying in his arms, snuggling, and thinking like, oh, this is what home feels like. And so when I found my list again, I literally read feels like home, and I was like, hot damn. Number 3, how do you want your relationship or life to be like? These are kind of the big things. For example, you want to get on like a house on fire. You want to have a perfect, long-lasting relationship. You want to be swept off your feet. You want to understand each other. You want to speak the same language. Do you want to get married? Do you want to buy a house? What kind of father or wife or partner do you want them to be to you and to your kids? Potentially, do you want kids? What about the approach to money? All of these types of things go next. Number 4, what about work and career? Is it important that they work, that they're super successful to you? Or do you want to be supported in your career, or do you want to be supported full stop? Have a think about the career aspect of your lives. Number 5, family and friends. Is it important that they got on with your family and your friends? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. For me, it was super important that they got on with my family, and that they need to be fully accepted and loved by each other. Number 6, sex and intimacy. Don't brush over this. If sex is important to you, write it down. If you're into certain things, write that down, that they're into it too. Sex is a huge part of our lives. Let's not skim over that. As you can see, I wrote here incredible, mind-blowing sex. And number 7, how do they look? Yes, this may seem superficial, but you want to be attracted to them. So whatever's important to you here, write it down. Tip, let's try to avoid using negative words. For example, if you don't want to be attacked in a relationship, maybe instead you could say, I want to feel more supported. So, now that you've completed your mind map, here are the next steps. You're going to pick a spot for your mind map where you'll see it but others won't. For example, in the door of your wardrobe, or in a notebook that you're using at the moment, or somewhere that you have easy access to on a daily basis. Then for the next week, or for as long as you can remember, you're going to have a look at that mind map and you're going to start to manifest and imagine this incredible person. After a while, you're going to forget about the mind map and boom, the person's going to walk into your life. Hopefully. So there you have it, how to manifest your perfect person. You're welcome. If you enjoyed this video, check out these too. My goal on this channel is to unpack how our actions affect our happiness, mental well-being, and the planet. So if that sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button or give us a thumbs up so I can keep doing these videos. I hope that today's episode stirred something deep within you ready to awaken. And until next time, live wide awake.